Alrighty, guys. Welcome to day one of the AI Agent Bootcamp. This is part one of a 6-day series of how to essentially build AI agents and how to sell them. So for day one, we're going to be looking at why AI agents are taking over the world and what it means for you. Right? So let's cover our day one objective, right? Which is our foundation. To understand what AI agents are. So we need to lay this foundation for your journey into AI agents by understanding why they're exploding in relevance and what they actually do, and how this actually changes the game for businesses like yours. So this isn't about the hype now, right? It was about the hype, but now it is actually an opportunity because AI has developed, right? There are systems and tools that really can benefit businesses like yours and sell them as digital products to help other businesses. So let's go. What are the two main types of AI agents, right? So we've got multi-use agents, we've got industry-specific agents, right? So multi-use agents are your general assistants, right? Like your chat GPTs that can do a little bit of everything, a jack of all trades, right? They could do research, writing, planning, right? They can even read a bit of data and give you outputs on that, right? What we're going to be focusing on is industry-specific agents, right? These are laser focused on a single job in a specific niche, right? So they solve a specific problem in a specific niche of your choice, right? Such as appointment booking, lead qualification, order taking. It could be invoicing. It really could be many different things, right? For example, at Vecflow, we specialize in building niche-specific AI agents that solve real businesses' bottlenecks, right? Why? Because the riches are in the niches or niches. I'm sorry, that was terrible, but you get the point, right? So where are we going to be building during this bootcamp, right? So depending on your experience of building agents or automations or prompt engineering, right? There are three different platforms that we can use, right? Obviously, we're going to be using no-code platforms to build your powerful AI agents so that they feel custom built. We don't want anything that feels kind of, it was a 5-minute job. We want something that is custom built to your niche, right? So we do have Go High Level, which is what I started with, which is the fastest way to build agent flows. You could do something like a website information agent that a consumer will be able to log onto someone's website, and if they need more information, they can speak directly to the agent, which has every bit of data and information about that business, right? You could also set up Instagram DM bots, SMS bots, WhatsApp bots, even voice bots on Go High Level, and can be really powerful and really easy to sell if you solve a specific problem. And we have obviously make.com, which is great for visual automations, right? This is where you'll be able to really connect two different stacks or softwares to create a certain agent that will be um, obviously valuable to a business and has a bit more leeway and play around when it comes to building these agents. So this is specifically what I do use. So for example, one of my agents we use from Vappy, where we do our prompt engineering, and essentially that data is collected into a Google Sheet, which is kind of acting as a CRM, and then onwards uses that data to book appointments through Calendly or Monday.com. And then we have n8n.io. Now, this is for the advanced developers. You really have a full control of full stacks, really fine tune your APIs and the way a certain software behaves in communication with one another. So as you can see, obviously these are different difficulty levels depending on what your experience is. Each tool lets you build agents without writing a single line of code, right? And they all scale. So this begs a question for someone that's a beginner that goes, what if I'm not techie enough? Now, I need you to understand something. I thought the same thing. I am not a techie in any form of way, but I understand systems and I understand prompt engineering, right? It's a certain language, right? It's like learning a new language, except a shitload easier. Um, but what you do need is curiosity, right? You really need to have that fire in your heart to want to learn about this, right? This isn't something that you can just half-ass. If you want to create IA agents, and trust me, they do sell, you need to be curious. I still am curious about new ways of developing these agents. The second one is that you absolutely need a problem to solve. Are not going to sell an agent that isn't solving a problem, whether it's got to do with saving time, making more money, or improving somebody's confidence within a business. It really will not work. So you really have to identify what pain point you are solving within that business to actually sell, right? And then obviously the third one is a willingness to build. I personally do not build now because I have hired myself a developer, but every single build that he builds out, right, every single workflow that he builds out, he runs me through over a call so that I understand the way it works, so that when I do get to a client and I do have to sell it, I understand every single step in that workflow of an agent. So you'll learn by doing. It's literally a repetition tasks, and you will obviously have support along the way within the Vecflow community. You don't need to know everything. I certainly do not know everything, and there's tons of people out there that are doing AI agents that also don't know everything. Everyone has their own way of doing it, and that's how we can learn from each other. But you do need to just start building. There is no tomorrow. There is no start on Monday. You have to start building as soon as possible and figuring out how these systems work. Whether it's me you're learning from, where you can, from my YouTube or within my WAP community, or whether it's on from another person on YouTube. It's the way I learned. But you have to put in the hours, you have to put in the hard work, and you have to just start. So, what is your day one challenge, right? Take 2 minutes and answer this. Which industry do I want to help with an AI agent? My recommendation, start with something you're familiar with. For me, I worked hospitality industry for the last 5 years. So I do a lot of agents for hospitality groups called the reservation system. So from the caller right until the back end of the POS system, it is fully automated. Follow-ups, reminders, etc., etc., etc. I won't get too in depth with that now. I do have another video that's coming out right on that topic. But really pick a industry that you resonate with, right? Whether it be hospitality, wellness, home services, coaching, real estate, events, or whatever it may be. There's tons and tons of industries that you can get in that really would benefit from a AI agent. So write it down. Do post it in the Vecflow community if you do want feedback, and if you want also some ideas and help on how you could scale it. But commit to one direction. Do not pick 5, do not pick 10, do not pick 2, pick 1. The more you focus on one, a higher chance you're going to have of mastering that industry with AI agents. So what's next? For day 2 of the bootcamp is picking your agent's role. So tomorrow we are going to be identifying high leverage use cases, choosing the most in-demand agent types, and we're going to start mapping the core workflow of your agent and what it will handle. I want you to bear in mind that we're not just building bots, okay? We're building systems, an ecosystem that solve real problems and sell themselves. So if you found this valuable, I greatly appreciate it. Obviously, do your day one challenge. I don't want to feel like this is homework, but it's the first step to building an AI agent, either agency or freelance agency or whatever it may be. And yes, post your feedback within the Vecflow group, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.